So right now we're on a boat and we're gonna go snorkeling, and I can't swim. So if you see another video from us, then you know I made it. If you don't, thanks so much for liking, commenting, subscribing to all of our videos. Peace.
That's Coco's crater right here. This is where we were yesterday. Today is Diamond Head. Dr. Adventures right here. Let's go!
Look at the view, guys.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Going in the tunnel. This is so awesome.
They're waiting for me.
Alright, man. Sorry guys for the wind noise. Forgot our camera today, so we're recording on the iPhone. We got all the half walk and finally making it up. Come on, babe. This video doesn't do any justice.
Sorry.
Made it to the top of Diamond Head. The surfer is insane. These breaking waves right on the sand.
So right now we're on a boat and we're gonna go snorkeling, and I can't swim. So if you see another video from us, then you know I made it. If you don't, thanks so much for liking, commenting, subscribing to all of our videos. Peace.
Oh, you got one? Yeah. Because I'm like, I feel like I'm going to be chasing turtles and get in trouble. And accidentally drown. Dolphin thing, they were like, don't touch them in their face. What did I take a picture of me doing?
1, 2, 3, smile.
Obviously we record some at the waterfall too, and when we're going back.
Hi guys, welcome back to Doctor. I'm Devon.
I'm Sam.
And you may be wondering, have these two been in Hawaii for 2 weeks? No, we were only in Hawaii for a couple of days, but we're trying to knock out 2 videos in the short time that we're here because we're filming a lot of content, having a lot of fun with our friends. So
Graduation's in 1 week.
yeah, so this week's video is gonna be about our relationship and something very, very big that a lot of people go through, and that's being long distance. And it sucks, but it's definitely something that's doable. So if you guys don't know, I was away for a year in my research year across the country from California, and that was the first time in Pennsylvania.
Different time zone.
Yeah.
That's important.
So it was challenging to figure that out because we'd never done it before. The longest we've been apart is like for a summer in undergrad, but we're actually going to be living apart for an entire year. So it was tricky, and I know I can remember when she took me to the airport and she said that, when am I gonna see you again? It was just so weird to actually leave her, and I felt bad. I was honestly, I was a little sad, but these are just some tips that we're gonna share of how we, you know, dealt with being long distance. Number one, communication. So we started this thing back about 3 or 4 years ago.
The beginning of med school, basically.
Beginning of med school, where we dedicate 1 hour a day. It was at 9 p.m. every day to just spend time with each other. It's like put our phones down and it's like, hey, how was your day?
No studying.
Yeah, no studying. Like, hey, how was your day? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Gossip about this, gossip about that. And it's like enjoy each other's company. And we felt that it was very necessary, and we came to appreciate that time because it gave us time to just like put everything down and just like say, hey, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And this is not saying like we only spend an hour a day together.
No.
Like we will be eating together or studying together.
Yeah,
but
it was just
always
an hour
something,
detached.
Yeah, hour detached. So we really wanted to keep that up when I moved away. So the trick was it was a different time zone. So it would be 9 o'clock for me, 6 o'clock for her, and we'll just be on FaceTime or something and just like talking it up.
Sometimes that didn't always work. I think, you know, with what we're talking about, it's important to be flexible because with what he just said, of course, if it's exam week or if somebody has something major coming up, that hour may be condensed to 15 minutes. But I think the biggest takeaway is spend time with each other, and if you need something, voice it. We needed quality time, so we voiced it and we implemented a plan. Again, being on different time zones, that was tricky because sometimes I would be in rotations to 7 or 8 p.m., which is 10 or 11 p.m. his time. But again, you communicate that, you voice that. He would maybe wait up for me a little bit or, you know, text me good night. So it's just communication and talking to each other to make sure that you're on the same page. What's number 2, babe? Number
2 is find ways that you can spend time together in person. So that requires flying out, or that requires taking a road trip or something where it's not like you're spending the entire year apart. So I was in Pennsylvania and she got the opportunity to do some third-year rotations in Ohio. So it ended up being like a 4-hour drive. So she did 3 rotations there. So on every other weekend that she was there, for around, how many weeks would you say total?
It was never more than 4 weeks at a time.
Yeah. So in one rotation, I would probably see her like for 2 weekends.
Yeah.
And that was like super cool. If you know me, I don't really like driving that much, but
it was
he
loves me.
It was a joy to go there to see her, even just for a weekend. So that's find ways. Like if you gotta fly, make that sacrifice, because you know, especially if you're not used to being apart. Number 3, I would say, is trust. And you know, to be real, you know, when your partner's away, you're thinking, what are they doing? Are they fooling around?
Is he screwing?
None of that was going on, but
it wasn't.
It's stuff that comes to your mind. So the trust has to be there, that transparency has to be there, and that's something that you have to build before you become long distance, you know?
I also think you have to build it on an individual level.
Yeah.
Like, I really think that this year apart grew us and matured us, because, like, honestly, if you wanted to do what you wanted to do, nobody would know about it but you and God. So I think you had to learn not only to trust yourself in a relationship, but also to trust yourself as a person, because besides being in a relationship, you have morals and values too. You know what I mean? Some people. If you don't, comment below. Comment below if you have no morals. But yeah, all seriousness though. But you know, trust on an individual level and on like a dynamic level of the two of us.
Yeah.
What's the last tip you would give?
Last tip I would say is communication. It goes back to the first tip. You know, you can never be too good at communicating, especially with your partner, and it's going to help you just get what you have in here out. And sometimes communication can be tricky. Sometimes you're not going to see eye to eye, but learn your partner. You know, when one for future videos, we're gonna take a relationship quiz together. We're gonna take the Myers-Briggs together to show that we are dedicated to learning each other's personalities, each person's ins and outs, so we can further that communication. So we'll take you along for that journey as well. And we'll also tell you in another video about our experience with premarital counseling as well. So,
and guys, this is in no way exhaustive. We know that there are couples out there that have their baseline is long distance, like they've never been together.
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you guys, because I know when he was leaving, it's really hard, but this is just to show that it's doable. If you're like us and you've never been apart, if you're getting ready to be apart, or if you're like a pro at being apart, if we didn't say anything that you think is fundamental, comment below. It's just to share our experience with others. Yeah, it's totally just to share our experience with others. So if you have any other advice, comment below. We can learn from it, and somebody else can learn from it too.
All right.
Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will see you in next week's video when we probably won't be in Hawaii anymore. Bye. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Bye.